A possible secret MSU recruiting target here, big man Lewis Obiorah, who is English nationality, British, I believe. The 7'2" England native has been playing over in the EABL this season, averaging just under 11 points a game, just under 10 rebounds, just under 4 blocks a game. The 19-year-old with the 7'7" wingspan, that was the thing that popped out to me the most when I watched this film, amongst some other things that we'll touch on. But this is a 7'2" kid with crazy long wingspan, dunks a lot of things in this video. Does have a little bit of baby deer to his game that we'll talk about a little bit more, but you can't teach size, you can't teach wingspan, and for him to be 19 and be 7'2" and have a 7'7" wingspan, and it honestly kind of looks like he's still probably learning how to play the game of basketball, at least at a level I think that needs to be high. But you can consider him one of the higher prospects in the class of what he would be as 2025, I believe is the high school class he would be in. But he's considering coming overseas to play college basketball. And there are some rumors, some murmurs that Michigan State might be taking a look at this kid. Dion, throw it over to you. You were able to watch a little bit of him. What did you see?
I found new highlights. So I was watching a little bit last night, but I found new highlights as you were talking. He's definitely learning how to play basketball. So first off, EABL Finals MVP. Shout out to him. Him and Steph, same amount of NBA Finals MVPs technically. You know what I mean? Like him and
Oh,
Iggy.
hey, I like the stretch.
But I will say 36 seconds into his EABL Finals MVP highlights, I know he's still learning basketball because he caught the ball, had a wide open dunk, and decided to do a hop step before
Mm,
he did the dunk just to gather himself a little bit.
yeah.
But freak athlete, though. Like freak athlete. He had 10 points, 10 boards, 5 blocks in this game, and his presence was felt like the whole time, it looks like. Um, he sets screens at the 3 point line. And he does look like a good screen setter, but you can tell like no one fears him doing anything from out there because they're playing like a vicious drop defense. And also that might be the British league he's playing in. It might not necessarily be him, but it's clear that he's like an around the basket guy. His tape, and I am not saying he's this good by any means, Michigan State fans. So please, like if he does commit and shows up and isn't this, like don't put that on me.
Mm,
But his tape reminds me of like rookie Clint Capella, where it's like
mm.
there's something there. He clearly is very athletic, clearly can protect the rim, clearly can dunk. But I think what a lot of his success is going to come by is who's playing point. And I think he's going to need a point guard that can make him a lob threat, that'll allow him to run up and down the court, block some shots, get rebounds, and ultimately protect him from having to do too much.
Yeah, so the EABL is kind of like it's like a junior. I guess they describe it as a junior basketball competition. So it's like the top under 19 programs in the I think I'm not sure if it's I think it might just be in England. I'm trying to kind of get a grasp of what it is. So it's kind of like high school, but maybe a little more AAU. You like play for a club or a program team. So that checks out because some of the film he is playing up against kids that I think look like they are undersized high schoolers, and he is able to dominate them at that level. But I think looking at him, the tools are there. It's about where he's gonna get, and maybe in his camp is saying he needs to get over to college basketball, maybe come over to the States and necessarily refine those skills or get to a point where he needs to be better. But quite frankly though, there is a ways to go with him. Like I don't see come over right away, play major minutes in college basketball. Am I off base there?
This video is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. We have a special offer for you. Promo code SLEEPERS. If you're a first-time depositor, they will give you a bonus up to $1,000 that matches 50% of your first deposit, plus a free pick. And tonight's free pick is focused on none other than Steph Curry. Card, I got a question for you. How many points does Steph Curry average?
Ooh, I'm gonna go ahead and say 29.
I don't have it in front of me, but that sounds about right. Certainly more than zero, I assume.
Of course.
Well, tonight's free pick, Steph Curry to score one point, higher than 0.5 points. It's as much of a guarantee as you can possibly get. Underdog Fantasy, deposit as a first time user, put in promo code SLEEPERS. Make sure you get that deposit match bonus up to $1,000 and the Steph Curry free pick. Back to the video.
So I'm still watching. I'm like, if you guys are seeing my face, these are me like live reacting to his finals MVP highlights. Um, Stiff doesn't begin to describe him. Just a very stiff basketball player.
Can you read his stat line in the that earned him his Finals MVP?
Yeah, 10 points, 10 boards, 5 blocks. It's
For what's the name of his team?
the Barking Abbey London Lions.
Yeah, tough.
It's a tough name. Jerseys have nothing to do with that name, by the way. They're just white and say Abbey across the front. Like we need an underdog bark or something
Please.
across the front. One thing I want to see, and I'm curious if it's possible with some of these internationals that are coming over to college basketball, can we do the commit and stash? Remember like in the NBA when you do the draft and stash and
Hmm.
like they wouldn't come over right away?
Yeah.
Is there any way we could do like a commit and stash and you have until 20 to decide you're coming?
Honestly, probably would work out for the best, I think, in a lot of these situations. But you try to find a list on what. So it's kind of like under wraps that this kid may come over, may not. It's kind of under wraps, honestly. Like if it'll be if guys are gonna want to kind of bring him over. He does hold some Division 1 offers. I wasn't able to find his. I was trying to pull up his recruiting page, but looking at his Twitter page, he does have an offer from Ohio, so it looks like some MAC schools are in on him. Also has an offer from UIC, so some lower level mid-major programs is kind of where I think he is getting a lot of his recruitment right now. But there have been, just some small rumors that Michigan State and some other big schools kind of might be in on this kid. But do you think he's a high major player, or does it look more like, the level of him going to play for like a Ohio or like a UIC?
Can I be honest? And I need
Yes.
you to tell me if this is too rude. I think he's exactly where he needs to be with Barking Abbey. Like I think he should just stay.
Stay there.
Yeah. These highlights are rough, man. I gotta be honest, they're rough. He gets turned around a lot by other guards. Like I'm talking like does a full 360 spin. Now he's way more athletic than everybody, so he still blocks the shot.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. I don't know who they play. Hot seat y'all. I'll be honest, hot seat y'all. But like these highlights are rough. I think if he spent another year in Europe, just learning the game, because it's clear he has the athleticism to play high major basketball. Like it's clear that he has the ability to play out of Michigan State, but he doesn't know how to play basketball. In my honest opinion, I don't know if a high major like college basketball university is where you can learn that. Like Tom Izzo doesn't have time to teach you how to play college basketball. He's trying to put banners up. You know what I mean? And I think in Europe, they have more time. You're not going to class. You're not doing all these things. You're just focused on the craft. I think he needs 1 year of just pure focus on basketball, then come over to Michigan State.
Yeah, it might be a case. And Tom Izzo has had a track record of this would be like a Carson Cooper level ad. Just given the fact that no one was really recruiting him. He was a lower level recruit, and late in the cycle, you added him. But I will say this: not a lot of center shape prospects on Michigan State. So if anything, he would have the size to at least the height and the length to be able to maybe make something happen or look the part on the roster. But yeah, this is a prospect that I think, to your point, has a long way to go. But like I said, 7'2", 7'7" wingspan can't teach that. But also at the same time, like you got to be able to utilize that, or else it's kind of rendered irrelevant. But well, we'll keep up to date with what Lewis is going to do. Obviously, I think by most recruiting services, he's like a three-star prospect, so kind of lines up with where he is with the offers that he has. I'm sure if a bigger school did offer, though, I'll say this, he'll be here. If he gets like an offer from a Michigan State or like another high major school, I think he's going to be like, whoa, I can't believe that school's offering me. He will be there immediately. But we will have updates on Lewis's recruitment as it plays out.